Jiang Zemin.
Jiang Zemin, the former leader of China. Rest in peace. Actually, rest in pieces.
Sure.
He was a horrible tyrant that did a lot of absolutely horrendous things. He was the one that cracked down on Falun Gong and then started the organ harvesting economy. He was the one that really cracked down on religion and large chunks of freedom of speech. However, and this is not to his credit, he was one of the more pro-West governments of China. So
Sure.
he's looked at much more fondly than Xi Jinping.
Sure.
And if we're gonna, and I hate to do this because it's still a dictator, he is 100 billion times better than Xi Jinping.
Oh, of course.
Anyway, he died.
He died.
He was 96. Famous quote.
Oh, yeah.
Famous
Let's
line
play his
from
little
Jiang
famous
Zemin.
quote.
Sometimes naive.
Too simple and sometimes naive. He was a great linguist. He spoke Cantonese, Mandarin, Russian, English, all fluently.
And Xi Jinping just speaks pig Mandarin. You know? Like you get different dialects. His is the pig dialect. That's all he does. And he's never spoken anything else, let's be honest. It's like a slow, lethargic version of Mandarin that he speaks.
I don't know. Something about that makes me feel nervous.
That's fine, dude.
Okay, so they did this weird shit.
Yeah, look, they've done this before. Like when there's been an earthquake or something, like a natural disaster, is
Grayscale, right?
all websites, whether it's e-commerce, especially all government websites, they have to be grayscale.
Yes.
As like, a sign of respect and so on. And for those of you who are not aware, when someone dies in China, it's usually, it'll be a black, they change, like they put a black ribbon on a picture.
Yeah.
They'll make a black and white photo, and it means dead.
Sure.
It's death, right? It's
Sure.
to symbolize death. What do you notice is missing?
There's no Xi Jinping. Now,
No,
you have to understand something real
Yeah.
quick. Every single page of the Chinese internet in regards to news and state media has pictures and quotes of Xi Jinping.
We've shown
one.
we've shown you before. When you open up the Xinhua or the Renmin Ribao, whatever it is, any Renmin Wang, you open up these websites, it always has a picture of Xi Jinping at the top, and it's got like a segment called Xi's Thoughts.
Now, as you notice here, there's his name, Xi Jinping's. It's in here, but there's no pictures.
No pictures.
Why?
Because they are just so fearful to have a picture of him in black and white because that means he's dead.
They had Jiang Zemin in black and white.
They had lots of pictures of other
They had Hu
people.
Jintao in black and white.
They had tons of other people, you know, like when they're doing a thing about health workers or whatever. They have pictures of the health workers. They have pictures of everything, right? But they do not have any pictures of Xi Jinping.
Keep going.
By the way, why is it called Creative Lab? Are they trying to rip off Sound Blaster? That annoys me. So bless you. Oh no! The communist leprechaun died? What a pity!
What happened?
Communist leprechaun. He's in black and white. He died.
Sina died as
His
well.
Sina died.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Poor Sina. Look at. Oh, by the way, Sina. If you guys remember Deep Cut Lore, cotton. You know cotton. You want to build a snowman
And spatial
and
cup.
spatial cup. If you guys are old fans, you'll know Sina. But they retired her.
She's a who?
They retired her from like cheesy like raps and songs.
Yeah.
And they moved her into straight up. She has a segment called Facts Tell.
Yes,
And it's just boring like anti-West propaganda. And they make her look all serious.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Communist Leprechaun was on there too. But yeah, have a look at this.
Yeah, now you see the only thing that's in color is the Chinese Communist Party logo up there.
right?
The
Yeah,
government seal.
Yeah, government seal.
That's in color because that can't die, right?
Nope.
But everything else is in black and white.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that this cult of personality around Xi Jinping. You may
wild, dude.
may not show him in black and white. You can show everything else.
Peter says CMOX's QR code just turned red.
Yes, dude.
It's as red as the Red Sea. It's as red as the Chinese flag.
So again, you just see how absurd this whole thing is with the Chinese government and this worship of this terrible tyrant, What's this all about?
Oh, some stuff that was going around. There's a couple things I wanted to show regards to this. I took some footage, but I didn't want to get age restricted. Right when the protests were breaking out, the Chinese government was putting out porn
Yes.
gambling and drugs.
Yes.
The Chinese government was putting out, on purpose, all of the things that are banned in China with the hashtag Shanghai or hashtag Beijing or hashtag A4 Revolution.
Yeah, to try and like push the... They
push all the
spared
protest
the
footage
crap out.
out.
Did you
And-
put that clip I showed you? You didn't put that
I
in?
didn't. No. We could probably show that in Shaban Ho, to be honest, because I wanted to show it with a scroll.
Okay.
Anyway, I just want to throw that out there because there was massive campaigns to stop this. At the same
Yeah.
time, Twitter was like a hotbed for the Chinese government to catch these people
Yeah.
and also to kind of deflect or change the course of where the protest is going, right?
Yeah.
So they did that porn thing and the drug thing, but they also did this. This is, again, rumored, but basically they set up these accounts or like China Protest 2022 as a honey trap
Yeah.
to document all the people that were posting threads in there to find all the people.
Yes.
Because they didn't really, honestly, they care about the narrative abroad, but they care a little bit less about what's happening abroad in regards to the protests, more so about what's happening domestically.
Yeah.
So this is a way to honey trap all the people in China that were using VPNs
Yes.
to go post footage or where they were or footage, or pictures or like directions. Hey, let's go meet here and have a protest.
Yeah.
It's speculated, but it was speculated that this group was that. So you got to be super careful. I mean, China's really just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as C-Milk said, they had this brilliant idea.
Yeah.
When the protests started to like take hold on Western media like Twitter
Yeah.
and Facebook and things like that, that they would send their bot army instead to try and do the usual thing where they'll try to discredit anyone, that they'd just flood Twitter with random nonsense. And so...
But it was for real brothels and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
With phone numbers and everything.
exactly. They also were putting out all these things like, I am a single woman looking for a husband, stuff like that, and just thousands. So I've got footage. I'll throw it in the next show. We'll definitely throw it in Shaban
I
Ho.
recorded it as it was happening.
Yeah. We'll throw something. Remember, like the data. Remember
I have
the
it, I have
CSV
it.
and everything. There's a guy who actually did a track, and within 20 minutes, 2,000 posts of the same thing but slightly different, all on Twitter with a hashtag on Shanghai.
We'll
or
show
Beijing.
you the porn stuff and the drug stuff and all that stuff that they were posting
On Shaban Ho.
on Shaban Ho, and we'll also
on
show
this
the
one.
data.
Yeah.
Because it coincides. Actually, the accounts on the data that you gave to me coincided with what I found.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty interesting.
we'll show all of that on Shaban Ho
Yeah,
in the
let me write that down.
next week. Please do.
This coming week.
An interesting way of them to try muddy the waters once again.
Yeah.
To try and like drown out any voices, because they just were flooding all the hashtags that were related to the protests.
They were.
With garbage, with like porn ads and garbage. Very mature government. Very, very mature.
Mm.